Hello and welcome to the year 2025. XRP has been set free and it is absolutely off to the races. This is not a dream. You might have to pinch yourself. This is actually happening. We're going to show you the adoption, the attention, bank partners going live, and we're also going to talk about the volume spiking on XRP all the way from retail trading to now institutions coming in. The perfect storm has arrived for XRP from a bullish perspective. We're watching this thing. And we take a look at the rest of the space and we're wondering, what's going on over here? Bitcoin bros still sharing delusions. The SUI Freakout that happened yesterday after I just asked a simple question. And then we're going to talk about America under attack in a more serious tone to get started here. But if you guys appreciate what we're doing, head on over to my website, ZachRector.com. You can support us by using our community resources. And if you're new here, make sure you guys have subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. As I was getting ready to go live here today and make this video, I'm in here cleaning my office, and this is kind of embarrassing. I had to take down the Christmas decorations, doing some house cleaning. I look in my closet, and I have my XRP swag bags from XRP Las Vegas 2023 that I hadn't opened up since we went. And so I'm digging through, cleaning out, and I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I need to get this cleaned up. And sure enough, what do I find? Well, not only did Jimmy from the Bronx give me one awesome t-shirt, he actually gave me two. And so I found buried in my swag bag an XRP Bronx Bulls t-shirt here from Jimmy from the Bronx. So I want to give Jimmy a shout out. I found myself this nice I Trust Capital pen. You can see a couple of the hats that I got there behind me. I got the Uphold hat. We got the Link to hat. Found a couple other cool things. And the trading cards were that right up there. A trading card pack there with all the sponsors from XRP Las Vegas. Had some good pictures too and stuff that I'm going to get framed up from Vegas as well. Shout out to Bradford. That's where that little coin comes from too. And then a few of the other things too. So anyways, I was having some fun and I was just laughing at how ridiculous I am for not cleaning out my closet after 2 years. But anyways, we're back in action. A lot taking place in the markets. Everything's looking good for XRP. We'll talk more about that. But I wanted to start out here, more of a serious point, guys. America's under attack. And I've been warning my private group, some of the stuff I can't talk about publicly so much. America is under attack and the agents have been activated. Okay. Now, this is enemy combatants on U.S. soil. There's no doubt about it. There's no question. I don't care about political correctness. Let's address the situation here. We have enemy combatants on U.S. soil. And I'm only going to share one point here. I talk more about this in my private group, but I'm just going to make one point. You want to see how inefficient, and the point that I'm trying to get across is that nobody is coming to save you when it comes to your investments, when it comes to your business, and when it comes to defending your family. Nobody's coming to save you. This is how incompetent, or maybe there's something deeper going on, our government is. The New York Post beat the FBI to the New Orleans attacker's home. New York Post Texas reporter Jenny Taylor says, quote, the FBI didn't show up to the NOLA suspect's address until 1 p.m. today. We were on scene before. No one came out of the home or answered the door. The inefficiency of federal agencies is insane. This is the response from your federal government. No one's there to save you. And once again, after situations happen, after an event has unfolded, then they're going to come in, then they're going to bring in all the resources. But it is up to you to defend your family against all threats, foreign and domestic. That's a key part right there. Foreign and domestic. Whether they're here legally, I'm not even going to get into it. They're here. They've been activated. This is not a game. This is not a drill. It's time for you to protect your family. I know we talk about crypto. I know we're going to get hyped on XRP. None of that's going to matter unless you can defend it back home. And so this is something that we've been talking about. It's happening here right now. This is the run-up, right, until Inauguration Day. We know what they're trying to stop. They're trying to stop America from becoming healthy again. They want to stop us from becoming wealthy again. They want to stop us from creating a level playing field. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field is all we've asked for. It's a simple demand. We're actually not asking, it is a demand. But it's a simple one. It's an easy one. And at the base premise of it is get the hell out of our way. Let us take care of our own. When it comes to protecting ourselves, when it comes to feeding ourselves, when it comes to our financial situation, our investments, please just get out of our way. Now, you want a little bit more inefficiency? How about this one? The IRS has now delayed the crypto tax reporting requirements until 2026. So all the grief, all the freak out, all the anxiety, literally everybody was losing their minds over this one. And I was too, because we just didn't understand, how is this going to work out? And in the end, here we are 24 hours later, they come out and the IRS says, don't worry about it till 2026. I'm going to provide a separate video, a separate update. So make sure you guys have subscribed so you don't miss this one. I'll provide a separate update breaking this down on what actual relief was provided, what the law is, and basically how to be in compliance with it. This is absolutely insane. We had the business ownership information that was pulled, so we didn't have to file with FinCEN reporting which entities we owned. And now this was all about understanding your cost basis on cryptos that you had in self-custody. They want to know what entities you own, and they want to know which assets you own. Now, speaking of what the government's up to and what assets they own, a lot of speculation, a lot of Bitcoin bro hype coming out of this Bitcoin Michael Saylor. They call it the 100K party, even though Bitcoin wasn't at 100K. Markets are back up and maybe we'll be at 100K here shortly. But I was laughing because they're calling it the 100K Michael Saylor Yacht Party. Well, Bitcoin's not at 100K, and a bunch of weirdos on a yacht party, that did happen. But I'm going to show you a clip here because this is the delusion that I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a clip here of Crypto. Shout out to Crypto for going long XRP and making a few million off of XRP. That's good. I'm glad to know that he still has his spot bag of XRP while trading the XRP leveraged longs. So that's good for Crypto. But I think he's still a little bit of delusional on Bitcoin and strategic reserves for our U.S. government. He's interviewing Dennis Porter here at the Yacht Party, and Dennis specifically says to him, it's going to be difficult for our U.S. government to start buying Bitcoin. Yes, we already have acquired some through seizing it, through activities through the marshals and etc. So we already have some, and he provides a way for us to get more by a government entity that gives out loans and saying that we could be paid back in Bitcoin, but it would be very difficult for us to just start buying Bitcoin. And I think it would be very difficult for them to even give out loans paid back in Bitcoin. But despite that, Crypto just takes what he says, completely disregards basically how difficult he says it would be for the US government to actually buy Bitcoin, and starts throwing out his predictions for $1 million Bitcoin plus based off the US government being the biggest buyer. Take a listen in on this one.
But are there, on top of what you just mentioned, any other steps potentially for increasing the Bitcoin strategic reserve in the future?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a whole number of ways that you can add Bitcoin to the strategic reserve without actually making any direct purchases. Of course, we would love them to buy it, but that's such a difficult step for the US government to be buying Bitcoin. But what they can do is the ESF, they issue loans, and those loans can be paid back potentially in Bitcoin. And we think that's a great pathway for us to be able to add more Bitcoin to the holdings of the US government.
So guys, think about the biggest potential buyer in the world. The United States government are finally able to make Bitcoin a strategic reserve. Something I've been talking about for 8 years or so, mentioning price levels, and that is hypothetical, of a few $1 million per Bitcoin. These are the news which can make it happen over the next few years. Share, like the video.
Yeah, so I think he just completely missed. Yeah, these guys, I'm sure they had a great time at the Michael Saylor Yacht Party. I'm sure it was fun. But it's like just delusional talk taking place, right? He was specifically just given the answer that, yes, it's going to be very difficult, but he just runs with, they could potentially be the largest buyer ever, and this is the news that takes us to millions of dollars. And to me, this is what's so laughable about this whole Bitcoin thesis, where it went from peer-to-peer electronic cash, let's free ourselves, be our own bank, to now the only bullish catalyst that can propel Bitcoin to these higher prices at this point is governments buying, Wall Street buying, Michael Saylor buying, and completely getting away from self-custody, having control of your keys, having control of your payments, being your own bank. We've completely gone away from that, and now it's all about BlackRock, please buy my bags. U.S. government, please buy my bags, even though it would be unconstitutional, even though it would be very difficult for this to go through. And even John Deaton shared a tweet yesterday making the point that it would be very, very difficult, maybe even impossible, to get the US government on board to buy Bitcoin without knowing who Satoshi is. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you think that we could actually acquire more Bitcoin with our US government without knowing who Satoshi is? And could this be maybe what reveals? I mean, Michael Saylor, you saw him, how uneasy he gets, right? That's the big no-no. We can't talk about who Satoshi is. And maybe they know, right? And maybe they know that's the plan, that yes, the government will come out and say that yes, it was our government agencies along with maybe some other government agencies that created Bitcoin. And so now we know who it is. And yes, we are going to add a strategic reserve. That's the Bitcoin bro dream. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. And it's just hilarious to me. CoinDesk now reporting that XRP leads gains in the crypto majors as the market enters a widely expected bullish year with predictions of 185,000 per Bitcoin later in the year. Now, right here, they say Bitcoin XRP news, Ripple-related token rockets 11%. And this is where we still get misreporting from CoinDesk, right? These are the mainstream crypto outlets that are still calling this a Ripple-related coin. No, the XRP token, right, is the native digital asset of the XRP ledger, completely open source, completely decentralized. Ripple has no control over XRP. They only run one validator on the network. So it's just still misreporting, but they got to jump on the hype train, right? They got to hype up XRP because they want the clicks. They want the attention. So even though they misrepresent XRP and Ripple, they still want to bring you in. You see how that works? Ain't that funny? Now look back at this legendary tweet at the time. We saw this tweet and we said, oh, wow, Brad, he's getting us excited now. And if you look back, Anders says, at the time of this tweet, XRP price was 55 cents. Now it is $2.31. And well, now here today, we're actually up towards 240, right? So we're back up above 240. But we look back at this tweet here from Brad Garlinghouse. It has been 4 years since the SEC sued Ripple, and now we finally see a light at the end of the tunnel as these external and frankly unnatural and manipulative market factors fade. The tides are shifting, headwinds are turning to tailwinds, and the opportunity for those of us who believe in the future for XRP is enormous. Now compare this back to the Bitcoin bros. They are banking on manipulation, essentially. An unconstitutional strategic Bitcoin reserve that would then be used by the US government to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, start acquiring more Bitcoin. And I say it's manipulation because they have the ability to print the money and then deploy it into a strategic reserve like this. It's in essence, it is manipulation. Meanwhile, with XRP, we're breaking free from the manipulation that kept us suppressed. And this is slingshotting us up. And now we're moving towards our fair market value in a natural way. Now, what is not natural is how quickly we're bouncing up because it was artificial suppression, which was keeping us down. Now that that's been removed, we've been set free. And we don't have to convince anybody. They're already coming. They're already coming. The central banks, the small institutions, big and small, they're all coming. You want proof? I got it right here for you. National Bank of Georgia noting their pilot CBDC program with Ripple. They are consulting alongside the BIS and Ellen Vondi, an MAS nonprofit. So, you know, they're over here talking about it, hypotheticals, dreaming. What, you know, they're you know, passing something around the yacht party. They're feeling good and taking other. They're doing their deal, right? And they're coming up with stories and dreams and delusions. Meanwhile, over here, oh, you want the actual proof of concept that's taking place right now? You want the pilot that's taking place right now? You got it. You want some more? Here you go. Ripple partner Garante BBVA is leveraging Ripple custody and IBM to bring the highest security and performance to its growing crypto trading platform. This is one of the largest banks in Turkey. Shout out to Cowboy Crypto for reminding us that they are a Ripple partner. And this is Garante BBVA, one of Turkey's largest banks, is set to offer cryptocurrency trading services. So once again, central banks, check. Banks, check. Institutions, check. Small retail, how are we doing? Well, take a look at it. This is from VET. 27.2 million in volume went through the XRP Ledger DEX in the last 24 hours. Before First Ledger launched, the XRP Ledger DEX averaged typically 10x less. So we're actually working with the central banks. We're actually working with these institutions. They had memes though, right? Everybody else had memes. They were having fun. We weren't. Well, that's no longer the case. Now we got memes. And now our DEX volume is spiking. And just wait till we get that AMM clawback and ROUSD can be added to the AMM. I think that Ripple, along with ROUSD, once that can go live in the AMM, they could, really take that volume on the DEX well into the billions. I mean, we won't be talking about, 27 million through the DEX in the past 24 hours. That's cute compared to where we're going. And now we got to give credit where credit's due with what First Ledger did. And a lot of folks, thought this was silly, and it really is. A lot of it is silly. But, once again, attention and stupidity is what runs our world. So might as well bring it to the XRP ledger and tokenize it. So lock up more XRP, burn more XRP, that volume spiking. You see the attention, you see the real partnerships. Meanwhile, with Bitcoin, it's fizzling out. Meanwhile, with these other coins, it's a freak out. What did I ask yesterday? I said, why is nobody talking about the fact that SUI has 30% circulating and 70% is not circulating? Who controls the lockup periods? When these tokens do get released, is there any stipulation, any holding period for these Series A, B investors? For the early investors, are they in any sort of lockup? And what ensued after that was a freak out from the SUI shills. An absolute freak out. All I did was ask a question. I didn't say SUI was bad. I didn't say don't buy SUI. I said, why is nobody talking about this? Oh, no. We've been talking about this. No, nobody's talking about it. Nobody has been talking about this. We've been talking about the SUI, being part of the VC pump gang. Some of us have been talking about that and some of the concerns that we had about that. Nobody's talking about the release schedule. Nobody's been talking about the 70% that is not circulating. But everybody's been pumping it up. And all I do is, and this is the tell, you ask one little question and everybody freaks out. Oh my gosh, this is a coordinated effort. That's what they were saying. This is a coordinated effort with me, DAI, Brad, and others. And it's a coordinated effort to flood out SUI. No, I'm just curious. It's a question. Can you answer it without getting caught up in your feelings? Without getting caught up in your bag that you're trying to shill? There's your release schedule. It's right there on CoinMarketCap for everybody to look at. I'm still going to provide a further deep dive. But guys, every single month, you get hundreds of millions of these tokens that are getting released to early contributors, Series B, Series A. We have a community access program, stake subsidies, community reserves, Miston Labs Treasury, and that's who created SUI. And this takes us all the way out till 2069. Who decides that? Can that change? That's what I'm going to provide in another update, breaking this down further. But I had to point this out, how funny it is. When you ask a simple question about a project and everybody freaks out, you might not have that strong of a basis. You might not have that strong of fundamentals. You might not actually be that legit of a project. And I'm not saying that's the case for SUI. I'm just saying it kind of sends a little red flag to me when I ask a simple question and everybody's all caught up in their feelings. Okay? Relax a little bit. Have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Okay? What are you so worried about? Uh-oh. Well, it's looking good over here in XRP land, though. $2.40. We were up a little bit higher, up to about $2.44, $2.45. And this channel that we're trading in is just absolutely beautiful. I love where we're at right now for XRP. And, what's hilarious about this, the market makers gave you 3 last times to buy XRP under $2. You had 3 last opportunities to buy XRP sub $2. Did you take advantage of it? Let me know in the comments down below and how quickly this moves. Folks are freaking out. Should I buy now? Is it going to go lower? And all I could say was, hey guys, what we're seeing on the order books is a huge buy wall at $2. It's the previous high from last cycle. This is going to be the highest monthly and yearly close ever. We were watching that as we wrapped up the year, and sure enough, we got it. That confirmed to me that we're on the way higher. And so don't get too greedy, and unless, some black swan takes place, we ain't going much lower. And right now, here we are building back up again, heading towards $2.50. Critical levels to break through up at $2.60. Obviously, the big sell wall that we face at $3, but we're well on our way. And my prediction, you can take it to the bank, hopefully you can take it to the bank, is that XRP is going to be going to its all-time high this month. So on the way out, I want to let you guys give a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that prediction. XRP all-time high, January 2025. That's my prediction. You guys let me know in the comments down below how you feel about that one. Everything else is at my website, zachrector.com, all of our community resources. I greatly appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next update. If you can, on the way out, tap it for me. I greatly appreciate that. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.